Hello, my name is Diana Sims and I'm here to talk to you about my hopper project. So, the goal of this project was to create a hopper mimicking an animal that can jump substantially due to its size, but it must weigh a minimum of 50 grams. So, after a little bit of research, I decided that I wanted to mimic a kangaroo, mainly because when I was researching early on in the process, I thought that it was really cool that they were really good hoppers in nature and they're just really adorable animals, so I decided that I wanted to make my project based off of these wonderful animals and mimic their hopping and try to create a hopper that can hop really high and well and also be able to do a few flips in the air as my unique element. For my first design, I knew that I had to use the materials that we were given, so I decided to make the body of my hopper out of fiberboard, and I knew that I wanted it to hop with the spring and use a suction cup as my trigger, so I decided to start sketching based off of that, as you can see in my first sketch. As I had more time to think about my design, you can see that I have more design elements in my new sketch, my newer iteration of the sketch. You can see that it looks much different from that first sketch because I decided to add some structural elements. So I have that body that's making the hopper hop, and I have a little attachment at the bottom which is what's going to pull it up. And I had also thought about the trigger and how everything's going to be put together. Here you can see the built model of my sketch model, and you can see me testing with it with the actual material so I can see how it would work. And you can see that I had a little bit of friction struggles in the video, and I was not able to get it to hop as well as I was able to in the first initial design with cardboard, so I knew that I had a few modifications that I would have to make. I learned a lot from the sketch model first test, and I knew that I had to make some changes. So in order to prevent that friction from happening, I decided to, first of all, make a tripod at the bottom so that it would be able to stand by itself. And also with this tripod at the bottom, the structure would just be going straight up and down, so it's getting rid of that extra friction that it would have previously. And because I decided to do the feet at the bottom, I had to change the whole triangle idea into a square in order to make that a little bit easier on myself. You can also see here that I attempted to put a suction cup at the bottom to see how well the hopper will be able to stick onto the smooth surface, and I tried this out in the video and I had a few issues with it. So it was kind of a trial and error, but I'm sure I will figure out how to make it work and be able to overcome that strong tension in the rubber tubing that I have in my design. Another structural element that you can see is that the square structure is not very strong, so I have to figure out a way to strengthen that. And also the legs are falling apart a little bit, so I have to figure out a way to strengthen that to prevent it from falling apart. And you can see me testing the hopper by just repeatedly having my hopper hop to see how consistent it is and how each time I make it hop, the jump or the height it will get is different. You can also see that the legs are actually falling apart. So in my newer design or new corrections that I will make to my hopper is that I will try to make joints that will be able to hold my hopper better together, and also create a little extra part at the bottom to hold the legs so that there is an extra structure at the top and the bottom holding it together. In order to strengthen the design of the square, I also decided to try out this little joint. So I was not able to make this and assemble it at the time that I'm filming this video, but I believe it will make the structure stronger because the way it works is that I will attach them like this, and because it's getting a stronger hold further into this design, it should be able to be stronger. And if not, I will make sure that I have little triangles and more structural joints in order to hold it together to ensure that it will not fall apart.